People power. People power. Our power. Our power. People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. NUP. Everywhere. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Size what's here. Okay, thank you, comrades. Gallant comrades. First of all, I want to thank everyone who has come to stand in solidarity with Ugandans who are oppressed back home.
Yes.
Whatever we're doing is contributing to the struggle in order to liberate ourselves from the captivity of Despot Museveni. 36 years we have been oppressed by one man, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Yes.
Many of us are in diaspora because of push factors. We are not in Uganda because of the misrule of Despot Museveni. But we want to go back to our country, Uganda, and fix the mess
Yes.
the guy has created for the last 3.5 decades.
Yes.
Now, we are here today because of political prisoners. Mainly our comrade, SSEGIRIINYA Muhammad, Mr. Update,
Yes.
and Honorable Alan Sewanyana, plus hundreds of the political prisoners who are illegally incarcerated. We all know that Museveni is prosecuting dissent in Uganda. But we want to reaffirm to him that dissent is part of democracy. We shall not be silenced by the autocrat Museveni. The time has come to end his nonsense. So Ugandans in diaspora, don't be intimidated. Don't allow for your civil and political rights to be curtailed on by Museveni and his triangular dynasty. We are telling him loud and clear that his nonsense is coming to an end. It is no longer business as usual. The time has come. We have to free ourselves from this NRM captivity. We demand for the immediate release and unconditional release of our comrades, SSEGIRIINYA Muhammad, Alan Sewanyana, the honorables, and all those political prisoners who are rotting in jails. Yeah. They are in jails simply because they are dissenting the dictator. Yeah. Opposing dictator Museveni is not a crime. No. It is democracy. Yes. It is free speech. Yes. And free speech means that we can criticize dictators like Museveni. Yes. Now we want to reaffirm Ugandans back home. Let's stand united. Let's galvanize our forces and fight as one, because our enemy in Uganda is one. That is dictator Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Resist Museveni 24/7. That's why you see in my hoodie, it says resist Museveni. So for every second, for every minute, for every hour, for every day, for every week, for every month, and every year, let's resist dictator Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Enough is enough. We are tired of his BS. We want liberty in our country, Uganda. We want justice in our country, Uganda. We want freedom in our country, Uganda. And we want to ensure that no Ugandan is left behind. We have to build a new inclusive Uganda that is for all of us, not the 1% which is oppressing us every day. So the Machete dynasty, the message has to be very clear. Uganda is for all of us. Whether you're Mchwezi, whether you're Muganda, whether you're Muteso, whether you're Munyankole, whether you're Musoga, any other tribe, we are all one, and Uganda is for all of us. So as National Unity Platform, we are united. We love everyone, as Ugandans, regardless of your religious affiliations, regardless of your cultural differences, we are united. Now, we all know and see what's going on in our country, Uganda. And we remind the junta in Uganda to free our country now. Because we don't have any curve to flatten in Uganda anymore. The pandemic has ended. All countries in the world have opened up their economies. Why is the Ugandan economy still closed? Ugandans rise up. Why in your comfort zones? This is BS. We can't be tolerating it anymore. Whenever I remain silent, the dictator is going to keep in power by oppressing you. So let's rise up. Let's put pressure on this junta to reopen our country, Uganda. If you keep silent, your relatives are going to keep calling you every day to make sure that you send them money because they are not working. And they are right also because they have nowhere to survive from. Let's put pressure on the junta to reopen Uganda. There is no curve to flatten. The survival rate of COVID-19 in Uganda is 99.9%. So let's reopen Uganda. Museveni has been exploiting the pandemic to strengthen his grip to power. And we are saying the time has come and that BS has to stop. We have to accept that the pandemic or COVID-19 is here to stay. We have to learn how to live with it. So if tomorrow we get another pandemic, shall we be in a lockdown for life? No. That can't be. So you Ugandans who are watching us on social media platforms, keep pushing the pressure to the government. Because otherwise this is the junta, this is the government. To this junta, remind the head of the junta, Museveni, to reopen the country. Look at today, we have what we call the hyperinflation. If you read today's Daily Monitor, they are telling you that commodities have increased the prices. So today in Uganda, if you want to buy 1 liter of petrol, it's costing 4,250 shillings. So how about Ugandans who are in villages, who are using kerosene to have light in their lamps? How will they survive? Today, a Ugandan who wants to buy bread, 1 loaf of bread is almost 5,000 Uganda shillings. How many of our relatives back home can afford to have bread? Today, as I speak to you, to buy 1 kilogram of fish is 15,000 Uganda shillings. How many of our relatives are going to be able to have fish or to have proteins? Very few, except the 1% that is being benefiting from this junta. So Ugandans, our message is very clear to the junta and despot Museveni. Reopen Uganda right now. Yes. You see what he has done in education crisis with his inept education minister, the First Lady, Janet Kataha Museveni. They have destroyed the education system. It is almost 2 years when the children are at home. They aren't going to school. But you guys who are here and all those who are watching us online, take a minute and imagine your life without education. What would you be without an education? So education is a fundamental human right. Each and every child deserves in Uganda. So we call upon the junta in Uganda to reopen schools now. The time has come to make sure that our children go back to school and learn to realize their potential. Whenever they keep at home, they are being, victims of teenage pregnancies. They are being victims of child marriages. They are being victims of sex predators. So that has to stop. Janet Museveni has resigned. She is very competent. She is very incompetent. To be in any ministry in Uganda. She cannot be our education minister. She is not qualified. So we call upon Janet Kataha Museveni, if you are watching us in State House, resign voluntarily. You have messed up our education system. So we want to have a better Uganda. A Uganda that has education for all, not education for a few. As I speak to you right now, very few of the 1% have their kids in international schools and they are open. But many of us who come from poor backgrounds, our children are back home. That is the discrimination we have in our country, Uganda. The children of politicians are going to school, and for them they're comfortable. Look at our members of parliament. They are silent, they're comfortable, because every month they're earning a minimum of 30 million Ugandan shillings. So to them, they don't care about us. So it is time to fight for us, because they don't care about us. I know very many of the NUP MPs, they don't care about SSEGIRIINYA Muhammad. They are happy SSEGIRIINYA to be in prison, because SSEGIRIINYA was challenging them, was showing Uganda the right thing to do. And when SSEGIRIINYA is in jail, they are happy that he is not out, to put more pressure on them to do the right thing. But that has to stop. Call out your MPs, whether from NUP or other political parties. Make them accountable to do the right thing. Are we clear, guys? Yeah. People power. Our power. People power. Our power. Now, the other thing I want to tell you, that when it comes to human rights, we cannot bargain. Human rights are born with us. They are not given to us by the junta, and it said, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So these rights are inherent, and they are inalienable. So we have to fight for our rights. Once we keep silent, they are going to oppress us for life. But if we wake up and fight back, we shall get the liberty we want. So let's stand in solidarity with our president, His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. Let's stand in solidarity with our party, the National Unity Platform, and stand in solidarity with our movement, the People Power Movement. Let's get united, guys. Together we can free ourselves from this captivity. Let's stop divisions. They will not take us anywhere. Let's stand united. Thank you, guys.
People power. People power. Our power.
Our power.
People power.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here. Thank you for showing solidarity with the people who are in jail, who cannot protest. We are here to stand with them.
Yes.
We are here to stand with the people who cannot stand for themselves because their rights have been taken away.
Yeah.
We are here to stand with SSEGIRIINYA.
Yes.
We are here to stand with SSEWANYA.
Yes.
We are here to stand with the thousands of Ugandans whose rights have been taken away.
Yes.
And we are here to send a warning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
We are sending a warning to the dictator who has imposed himself on Uganda. Yes. We are here to tell him the time has come. Yeah. The time has come for him to go away. Exactly. We are here mostly because that same dictator has told us that the country where our great-great-grandparents were buried is no longer our home. Yes. We are here to tell him it is our home. Yes. That same dictator, ladies and gentlemen, cannot show us where his great-great-grandparents were buried in the same country. Yes. That is our home. Yes. And we are here to send him a warning and tell him it's time for him to go. Yes. It's time for him to go. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here to stand with those who cannot talk. Thank you for standing for the children in Uganda who cannot go to school because the dictator prefers to spend money on weapons to militarize himself against his own people, instead of educating the children of his own country. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, to tell the dictator that it is now or never. He can talk and go freely now, or we shall make him go. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here to tell the dictator that he cannot keep changing the constitution as he wishes. Yes. We are here because the same dictator has come up in parliament and told people to take away bonds so that he can hold political prisoners in jail endlessly. Yes. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. Mwebale nnyo bannange, mwebalire ddala, mwebale kujja wano okusapootinga abantu abatalina bwogerero e Uganda. Tuli wano kubanga abaparents baffe e Uganda baba evictinga, amataka bagatutte, abantu babasibye, abaana b'abantu babasiba babagalira mu makomera without any due process. We are here, ladies and gentlemen, to tell the dictator nti tukukoye twamwaniriza najje waffe bajjajja baffe bamwaniriza atwesibyeko baba w'emimonde mwena mukimanyi nti bali embuzi zaffe ne balya lumonde ne bagejjera okwo kati ffe tetukyalina kyetulya. Ladies and gentlemen, abantu baffe tebakyalina na mmere, tebakyalina tebatuwa. Tuzze kubannyonnyola nti ensonga zaabwe bazifulumye Uganda ate basindikamu abantu abali wano nga bazze bakolera batubuzaabuza. Tubakooye abantu abo, tubakooye, tuze kubagamba tubamanyi. Mulekerawo okutubuzaabuza, tujja ku mulamwa. Twajja wano kulwana, tulwanisa Museveni. Abantu abo batubuzaabuza ate tubamanyi. Mulina emisango mingi nnyo gye muzizze era gijja kujja gibahantinge down. Tubasabira weapons ezo ze mututunuuliza zikyuke zibatunuulire. Tubasabira abaana b'abantu be mukaabya amaziga nammwe mugakaabeko. Tubasabira ti buli bantu be musse ne mukaabya abaana baabwe amaziga nammwe abammwe bakaabeko. Tusabira Museveni bannange, tusabira Museveni tinga naye bw'ati abaana b'abanne n'akaabya abazadde Uganda nga bwe mwalaba yakaabye maama wa Ssegiriinya naye akaabeko, naye afiirweko ku mwana naye akaabeko. Tusabira Museveni n'abamukolera bonna ssente ze ez'ekibi zattirako abantu n'azikozesa okugula abantu okutujja okutuhaatinga. Ssente ezo sizize, ssente z'abazadde baffe n'abaana baffe n'Abannayuganda. So tumugamba Museveni, ssente tezigula Katonda, Katonda ajja musasula. Ssente ze aziguzisa abantu wano ne bajja okutubonyaabonya ne batuwa obutwa ne batuwooni nga batuwadde death threats wano bannange. Naye tumugamba Mukama talya nguzi ate Abannayuganda tebeerabira. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalire ddala, twongere okuzuganya. Amiina. Temuba na katengo bannange.
Bagala wa Agnes. I think you guys know this one. Zoga, Zoga, Zoganya, Zoga, Zoga, Zoganya, Zoga, Zoga, Zoganya, Buri Buri Zoganya. One more time, guys. Zoga, Zoga, Zoganya, Zoga, Zoga, Zoganya, Zoga, 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 Zoganya.